Hey, Joe Cummings, Missoula River Lodge, checking in after the last 2 weeks of fishing. Been pretty good. Solid fall, normal fall. Hasn't been epic because we haven't got enough clouds, but it's been good fishing. I'll get to that, kind of what's going on at the end of the report. Today I'm going to talk about the 1,000 trout stare, stories from the river. And the 1,000 trout stare is what we call the look of a fried guide. Some of these guys that work for us have been out all summer, maybe one day off a week, and they've been fishing and fishing and fishing and fishing and fishing. We're getting to the end of the season, and their day consists of get up in the morning, clean the boat, get to lunch, show up, take people fishing, try to be excited, catch the trout, go back, put the boat away late at night, and then get something in your belly, pass out, do it again. I get this look of just in the distance, kind of looking through people. Super fishy at this point, absolutely locked into the rhythm of what's going on. The other saying that we have in the business is we say that guy breathes the river because he's there every day. He's in touch all the time. And he doesn't really have anything other than the river at that point. He just knows where the fish are. He goes and gets them, then he repeats. At times, if we get too far into the 1,000 trout stare, what are you doing today? I'm going fishing. What are you doing today? Going fishing. Did you get them yesterday? Yeah. Did you get them? Yeah. Am I going to get them today? Yeah. Then we can get the edges a little bit frayed mentally. When the boat hits the water, you're your same cheerful self, but you're living with trout. You're living with them every day. And so it becomes kind of intimate, and in its worst case scenario, becomes a little bit jaded. So when a guide's in that mode, he's in that rhythm. And then when he gets pulled out of that rhythm by some human circumstance or a flat tire or something that's taken him out of what water's doing every day, sometimes you can get some pretty interesting results. Of which, I got a call the other night, a friend of mine who just lost his job guiding. I talked to him quite a bit, and he was getting more and more and more and more fried. He sounded fried. And one of the things that drives fishing guides crazy is an argument on a hopper-dropper rig about if it's the bottom or not. If you're on a hopper-dropper rig, then you have a big dry and a dropper. As that goes along, if a fish eats it, then he's already attached. So when the hopper moves, you have to be really quick on a hook set. You got to be on it. It's got to be straight up, and you got to swing if you want to catch them all. If you're late, that fish has already eaten it. And it's not the easiest rig to fish. Highly effective if you're snappy on your hook set. If you've got a weak hook set, you'll catch them on the side of the mouth going out, so you'll bounce a lot of fish. You won't catch very many. So sometimes guests disagree with our assessment that it was a fish because they didn't get it. They'll tell us it's the bottom. They'll tell us it really wasn't a fish. The guys that are arguers in the boat, that have to, that think that they know everything and that their opinion is right all the time. So we deal with that, right? So we're friendly guys and we just let it go. But after a while, if you're in the 1,000 trout stare and you get broke out of just catching fish, some funny stuff can happen. So anyways, this fishing guide buddy of mine had this day where there's a lot of dropper eats, but the client started yelling bottom at him. Bottom, it's just the bottom, it's just the bottom. The guy was like, hey man, it's not the bottom, please set the hook. Then he kept turning around and said, I can't feel it, I never felt him, it has to be the bottom. And the guy was like, well, you're not gonna feel him unless you snap the hook set up. A soft hook set or no hook set's not gonna get it because the fish is already attached. So trying to be pleasant. And then the bottom thing finally got to him and he broke. Because the 1,000 trout stare guy, if it goes too gnarly on him, he can break. So it's a terrible story. And he's not working for the outfitter he's working for now because of this. Because you can't do this. This is one of the things you can't do. So they were sitting in the boat and he had the guy turn around. And he said, and he picked up the fly rod and he pointed the fly rod just to the right of the guy's head. Just out like this, as if you're going to hand somebody a fly rod. And said, hey, will you do an experiment for me? Yeah, fine. Guy turns around and he says, well, can you feel it? Feel what? Well, can you feel this rod? He said, no, you're holding the rod. How can I feel the rod? Well, and then he wiggled the rod. Well, can you feel it now? No, I can't feel it. I'm not holding the rod. So you can't feel it? No. He took the rod, whack, hits him with the tip of the rod on the side of the face. Whack, a little red mark on the side of his face. Well, can you feel that now? Well, yeah, I can feel it. Don't do that again. Well, you got to move the rod fast if you're going to feel it. So start setting the hook, or you're not going to feel any trout. And then the client said, row me off the river and I need to talk to your boss. And so he rowed him off the river, and the outfitter said, that's unacceptable. And the guide said, yeah, it is unacceptable. Lost his job. And when he talked to me, he just said, I just need a break for a while. I just need not to catch trout anymore. And eventually, my 1,000 trout stare will end. So, anyways, it's fry time here in Montana. We're still being pleasant. We're catching a lot of fish. You're never supposed to hit a client with your rod, despite the fact if the rod tip is going up or not. It's about having a nice day out there. But I think somehow he was refreshed by it. I think he was refreshed by it. Other than that, fishing's been good. It's been a busy September. This is the busiest September I've ever seen in terms of all the other operators working. It's affected the fishing a little bit, I'd say. Just a lot of people out on the water. It seems like it tailed off yesterday, so it didn't have those big gooey stuff where people weren't fishing. It was really spread even, so you had to fish better. You had to guide better. I don't know that you had to fish better. The cloudy days have had a lot of bugs. The sunny days have been good enough. The streamer fishing has been good enough. It's been a B-ish to A- fall, a couple A+ days when we got clouds, but it's been level. You can shoot little dries. We haven't been nymphing. It's been good. And the guys, believe it or not, the 1,000 trout stare guides, they look kind of homeless actually in the morning. They look like, where am I going? Are probably catching the most fish because they're breathing the river. But if you break it or break them, some unexpected things can happen. None of our guys. Well, maybe Ryan would do that. Yeah, Ryan might do that. Be careful with Ryan. Just kidding, Ryan. So have a good fall. We're sliding out of the hopper dropper world and into straight risers and streamers. We go to October. And yeah, about 3 weeks left on the bone. We got to eat through the end of the season. And you know you got a good guide when he's got the stare. Just set the hook and everything will be good. This is Salty Man Boy signing out. Hope you're having a good time on the water.